Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's almost afternoon. It's actually going on 12 o'clock. Um, Today I was really hoping for a nice, sunny, calm day to get my yard work done, do my video updates, and basically, let you watch the pumpkin harvest. But unfortunately, Mother Nature had other ideas, so I still got to get the tarps off the gardens. But as you can see behind me, the trees are it's a super windy day, so get the tarps off the garden, plant lilacs, and harvest pumpkins today. So at this point, I needed to get the water in the holes. They were very dry. Had a lot of clay soil, so I went up to unhook the hose from the sprinkler and got that done. I had lost my sound on my mic again. Didn't realize it because you can't tell if you lose your sound. It just stops recording sound while you're chatting away. I turned on the water. It wasn't coming on. Then I realized, oh yeah, the boys who mowed my lawn had turned it off so they could detach the hoses. And then I got the water going. I got it going slowly at first, so it wasn't coming out too fast. And so I started going over and filling the holes up, getting them full of water here, and then going and realizing this was going to take a while to fill up, and I didn't really want to spend all day filling the water up. So I went back to turn the water up on the hose and get me a little more hose there to fill up the holes. So I turned up the water so the holes would fill up with water faster. The ground was very dry. Even though I watered with sprinklers only reached a few inches, and these were holes gotten pretty deep, and way down the dirt was pretty dry down there. And so before putting the lilacs in, I needed to get the ground around where the roots were going to be nice and moist. And so this one took a little longer because it was actually soaking up. way back long time ago when I'd planted some shrub roses in here. I had some of the holes I dug. I took out all the clay soil and the rocks, and I put in potting soil, so it was a little looser in that first hole where a rose had been. And yeah, if it hadn't been such a windy day, I wouldn't have been using the mic. I thought I had that thing securely plugged in, but I think it just kept wiggling around, and with me trying to hold the mic in one hand and the camera at the same time, it just kept wiggling loose, and I kept losing my sound. But I just kept filling up the holes here so that we could give the lilacs a really good start. And get hole number 3 done. And then, yeah, just fill them all up and then go back over them and go back to the first one, and it was already empty. Ground was really dry and just soaking up the water. So, got that one done, gave a little more into the others. Just made sure they all had plenty of water to soak them down with. As you can see, the water was already dropping. Water levels were dropping pretty quickly, even in the areas that were mostly clay and rock. Alright, well, I hope everybody can hear me. I've had a little difficulty today with the microphone picking up sound. Sometimes it doesn't seem to be recording my voice. I may be trying to see if I can edit in voiceovers. I'm not quite sure how to do that, but I think there is a way you can do it, an editing function. But let's get the lilacs. I'm going to put them in my little yard cart here so they don't get blown over. I prefer my wagon, but unfortunately my wagon is too open and they would just blow over. So let's get these in here in the cart, and we will get them over to where they need to go. Well, as I was saying, I think the reason this one soaked up the water so fast is because it had a rose bush in it, and I dug it out and took all the rocks out and refilled it with potting soil when I planted the rose way back. So that's why it soaked up faster. But the others are soaking up. Got a little tiny bit left in that one. Little tiny bit left in that one. Little tiny bit in that one. I will be back after lunch to finish getting these lilacs in the ground and give them another good big drink of water once they're in the ground. And let's hope that they survive the winter real well. Okay, well, I am back. I hope you can hear me. Otherwise, I'm going to be doing lots of music and lots of voiceovers. But let's see if I can get this thing to stand up. My little tiny makeshift stand now has a brick in it. Hopefully it will keep it from tipping over. And let's see if we can get some lilacs in the ground. Put this here. All right, let's go. Alright, got everybody in. Giving them all deep drink water. It's windy. I'm having problems with the microphone. So I took it off for a second. Hopefully you can hear me over the wind. And we'll just do what we can. But everything's getting a nice big deep drink water. And this one needs a little more dirt. This hole didn't have as much dirt because it had kind of worn away. I put pretty much everything I could rake up, but as you can see, it just not much left there, not like the others. So I'm gonna dig up some dirt out of the garden and dump it on that one and get a little more dirt around it there, and I'll be back later. Thanks to the pocket gophers, I don't have to dig up any dirt out of the garden. I just gotta clean up what they dug up and left on the lawn. So that's what we're gonna do. Alright everybody, so they've been planted. Got more soil around them here. Everybody's had a big drink of water, and as long as the weather stays warm and dry, I'll just keep giving them big drinks of water every few days, and hopefully they will survive the winter, grow big, grow strong, and I'll have some nice little lilac bushes here in the next few years. So the lilacs are planted. Now we got to get on to the pumpkins. Over to discover there's a little start of a pocket gopher hole underneath of it. I think somebody was planning on having this nice Connecticut field for their lunch. Well, not happening. Unfortunately, the rodents have gotten to this one. I'm going to actually just keep this one and gut it for seed. It's already fairly mature, so I should get some good seeds from it. And then you find one that's been rotted from the inside out. Probably got slugs or snails inside, and it's rotted out on the inside. So it will be left in the garden to decompose. And we've lost another one to rodents and bugs. Oh well. That was Illumina. Well, I got the first load of Big Mac's pumpkins. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 Big Macs in here. And a few more out there. And then we'll get to the jack-o'-lantern type pumpkins, Connecticut field. Boy, are they awesome. Okay, Now we got in everything that we are ready to harvest, that we could harvest. Lost about a half a dozen of them to slugs and rodents, but that's about usual. So I think this is a pretty good haul this year. Now to get them all stored into the garage until I can get them loaded up and head on down on the great pumpkin run. Well, got all the pumpkins stored on my makeshift harvest shelf. One of these days I'm going to get me some pallets. I really ought to. I can get them from work. Really, I can. I just haven't gotten around to doing that yet. But my mom and my Down syndrome brother Matt came and they helped me. Matthew is more or less helpful, especially when I gave him a bag of chocolate chip cookies that a neighbor had dropped off. I don't eat carbs. I don't eat sugar. I don't eat gluten. And she's such a sweet older lady, and I didn't want to make her feel bad. So I just took the cookies, said thank you, put them in a baggie, and gave them to my brother. He accepted chocolate chip cookies in payment for helping me with pumpkins. My mother did take one of the warty pink ones, like what you said, these ones here. She wants some for seed. She wants to try growing some next year. And she said she'd give me some of the seeds. So that will be great. I am grow more warty pink pumpkins. I forget what they were called too. I think it was called warty thing or something like that. But it was an interesting one. That's why I bought the seeds. Anyways, pumpkins are harvested. They will be going down soon to Utah. My mom's gonna watch my animals for a weekend so I can run them down and have a visit with my kids and my grandkids, which will be nice. And we'll close this up. Well, I'll let you go for right now. I'll find a way to tack on a nice little ending here. Well, everyone, not going to be covering up this one tonight. Just the raised beds. Still got tomatoes on the vine. But all the pumpkins that could be harvested were harvested. Lost 6 of them to rodents and slugs, but all in all is pretty good harvest. So I'm gonna say goodnight and God bless, and I hope tomorrow you have a wonderful Sunday. Of course, you might be seeing this Sunday morning. I've got a lot of editing to get done tonight, and hopefully I can get it all done and have it looking halfway decent. I'm still learning here, and I appreciate all my viewers and their patience with my rather raw and unedited poorly edited videos. Not fancy like some folks. I know there's some fancy channels out there. They put out some really awesome videos. Nice music, nice going in and out, voiceovers, all this stuff I wish I really knew how to do. But I'm learning. It's just taken me a little while longer, and I appreciate my viewers who do stay with me and who do share the word and let other folks know that just because you're getting older doesn't mean you can't do this. So I will say goodnight, and if we're lucky later this evening, I will catch a nice little sunset and put it on the end of this video. So good night and God bless.